Okay, folks, welcome back to another great episode of Opali Presents Know Your Pros. Today's guest, we have Aaron Kennedy of Wahoo Tile and Roof Cleaning, the trusted roof and exterior cleaning service here in Ventura County. Aaron's business covers Santa Barbara County, Ventura County, a little bit of LA County as well. Like I said, premier exterior cleaning, providing fair pricing, innovative solutions. It's a family business, folks. And Aaron, I am thrilled to have you as a guest today, my man.
Thank you, Henry. It's my pleasure to be here.
Well, of course, Aaron. And, when I first got the impression of your business, when I, came across your website and met you in one of our BNI chapter meetings, I got a very warm feeling about you and the type of business that you run. But I know it wasn't out of nothing. I want you to tell our story or tell your story of how you started your business. Why did you decide to go into business for yourself?
Yeah, so I come from the concrete and the masonry side of big construction, and I found myself leaving 0 dark 30 and getting home sometimes after dinner, and that was one of those moments in life where I kind of had to readdress kind of the priorities and maybe right the ship. And so I reached out to a buddy of mine who wanted to retire. And once we kind of talked through what he was known for and the reputation that he had, I realized that I wanted to have a little piece of that pie myself and keep my family the priority. So I work to make a living. I don't necessarily live to work, but yet at the same time, the desire to exceed my customer, my clients' expectations kind of drives me from the time I wake up till the time I go to sleep. So I got into this business not necessarily by accident, but because I wanted a better life for my family.
Yeah, and I mean, like, you really hit me right in the heart when we were talking about this earlier. You said that you began to miss dinners with your two daughters that you have at home. And, that's such the entrepreneur's journey, right? Where they see themselves getting up at sunrise and getting home after sunset, and you're missing out on the really important things in life. And you decide, to change that, to create a business out of it. And like you said, you don't live to work, but you work to live, right? But at the same time, you deliver really quality service. Like, you guys are licensed, bonded, and insured, a very reputable company around here. So why then this industry, though? I know that it was a little bit of the money factor, the time factor, but I mean, you come from the contracting kind of space. Was the roof line attractive to you? Tell me about that.
It's funny you ask. I was so focused on the custom concrete and the high end stuff where that I used to do each and every day. I never once looked up at the roof. I was always looking down to make sure that the grass was green and
Yeah.
the roses were pruned. But once I started looking at it, and it's funny for anybody that's watching this interview or listening to the sound of my voice right now, you may have never looked at a roof line before, but once I explain it, where it turns gold and then it turns green and then it turns black. You're going to go to your local shopping center. You're going to look at your bank. You're going to look at wherever it is that you go grocery shopping, and you're going to see a roof line like you've never seen it before. And that's what hurts my heart. That's what motivates me, because I know that it can be clean and I know that it can look brand new. And so that's, it's funny. My kids now, we could be anywhere in the county. We could be on vacation, and they're like, "Dad, that roof needs a cleaning. Dad, that roof needs a cleaning." And they've even helped me, kind of in the early times. They would help me, chip cards with marketing, or we're not necessarily ringing people's doors, but they're going and putting a card on someone's front doorstep to be like, "Hey, my dad can help you if you want to help yourself," kind of thing. So that's,
Yeah.
yeah.
That is so fun, man. It's funny that you're mentioning that, and I'm looking out my window right now and I see the gold on somebody's roof just across the way. And that's a residential property. You do residential, you do commercial. It's funny that you say that, though. I mean, like, it's kind of like me and my partner with surfing. Like, anytime you go to a beach, like, all you can see is the wave. Is it rideable? Is it surfable? Whereas with you, the roof, that's all you see. You got to get that tunnel vision, right?
Yeah, it's weird. Like once you see it, you can't unsee it, and yet at the same time, it's not just the roof. So I get calls from people that maybe their insurance is threatening to cancel them because it's a liability, or
Mm.
maybe I get a call. They're going to install solar, but the solar company won't install because it's a liability. And so I kind of look at it as sometimes it's not the roof, sometimes it's just the four walls of the box, or sometimes it's whatever it is. Some people call because they're going to prep for paint. Some people call because they want the biggest return on their investment because they're going to sell their house. And they just want the freshest curb appeal they can possibly offer. So I do a lot of work with like real estate agents, painters, obviously roofers because of the relationship. Um, but sometimes it's just, hey, I'm really busy and I don't have time to like detail out my house on the weekend, but you do, and this is what you do, so I trust you. Come over and make it look better than it's ever looked before.
Right. And my last question is always like, why is it that somebody should call your business over that next tile and roof cleaning guy? And we were talking about this again before we kind of started recording here. I remember talking to Dan, the glass man window cleaning, and he
Yeah.
said, you should be responsible as a homeowner for coming home and enjoying your home. And you said the exact same thing as what he said. It's that you don't want to have to worry about those things that might be going on up on that roof, or anywhere else in your home. When you get an exterior cleaning done or a roof cleaning done, you just want to come home and enjoy it, right? I mean, that's really what makes you guys different. You provide that killer service.
Yeah. So to your question, um, it's an interesting feeling when so sometimes the customers are home when we clean and sometimes they're not, and I can't express to you the wow or the shock factor that I see on their face when they see something that maybe they haven't had the time to do, or maybe it's the son or the daughter of the elderly homeowner or whatever, where they see something taken care of and they see it like it's almost just as rewarding as if you put a fresh coat of paint on the house. It looks new, it looks fresh, there's no dirt, it smells clean. There's all these things that kind of your sensory factors kick in. You're just like, wow, because it's apples to oranges different. But to your point, the question, why call us? Because we've been doing it for over 25 years, and you wouldn't want necessarily a guy my size up on the roof, but the guys that I have, they know their way around all roofs, and we leave it better than we found it.
That's beautiful. That's the way it should be, right? Before we wrap this thing up here, Aaron, tell our viewers where they can find you, how they can get in touch with Wahoo, maybe.
Yeah, so you can just go to our website. It's Wahoo, WAHOOTRC.com. You can catch me on Facebook or Instagram at Wahoo TRC, WAHOO. Because when it's clean, you say Wahoo, and that's how you know you're pros.
That's right, baby. That's right. Or if you've got the privilege of having a Wahoo tile and roof cleaning business card, you just scan the QR code on the back. I love it.
That's right. That's right.
Uh, well, killer folks, just a reminder, anything that we just heard from Aaron there, it's going to be in the description of this video. So click on his website, go check him out. He's a great guy. He's got a family business. And when you call Wahoo, you're going to get that trust, that experience. And that's what it's all about here on Know Your Pros. So Aaron, thank you, boss. I appreciate you being a guest here today.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate your time, and I look forward to helping anybody that needs it.
Know Your Pros.